Alright, hello. Today I'm going to be casting Map 1 Ancient of the series between G2 and Gamerlegion in IEM Dallas 2025. Both teams have fought hard to get to this position. Winner of this matchup advances to playoffs and losing team is eliminated. Both teams have new players to work with as well. Gamerlegion with Acor standing in for Slend, and G2 with the recent acquisition of Hades in replacement for Munacy. Whilst G2 have had Hades for a while now, there's still no doubt this matchup will be a challenge for both teams. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so the main thing that I've been surprised by so far this tournament is perhaps how good Gamerlegion have been looking despite the standing of Acor. Acor's subbing in for Slend, who's the author on this team, and so far they've done pretty well, Gamerlegion. They've been all of their opponents, including Furia. Their only loss has been to Vitality, which is 100% expected, so this is doing this well. I've been pleasantly surprised by this team. And I've said before how much I love this team. They're amazing. All these guys doing so well. And I'd like to see some good gameplay from them today. And G2 have placed a gamble. They've gone A, but actually Gamerlegion have done a nice exec onto B, and they have found the plant with that too. The flash through, but Snacks misses the shots and can't find the kill. Hunter trying to get the trade out. Tags him a bunch. CTR does get punished for pushing the smoke, and so far 3 of them just pushing together. Does find a couple of kills. It's 3v3 now, but with Hunter getting taken out of the equation, it's now Torsen left after the kills come through. Torsen left for the clutch, 1v2, but the plant isn't getting stuck just yet. Waiting for some movement out of Torsen. He's called the bluff. Malbs peeking out, trying to find him. Hades sticking it now. Does get taken out last second. Has Malbs got this? I think there's time. I think he has. Just down to the last few seconds, he does find it. This is G2 with a gamble that didn't pay off, but nonetheless, the retake is beautiful. So this puts the first round on the board for G2 in the early lead. And this is looking for a big buy coming out of G2. Full investment of rifles and utility. Malbs has got loads of money after finding the majority of the kills in that round. But Gamerlegion buying straight back up. Forcing straight away. I'm going to take that second round. Pushing mid quick. Lack of utility to get them through though. The spam through for Hunter finds one weak, and Mouse can finish the one off. Pushing through mid now. Hunter's got an idea. They might push the smoke. CTR living up to the prophecy. Just backing away for the minute. Snacks on the jiggle peak. Does see one. Smokes himself away quickly. Cave control has been given up, but the early kill onto PR is still 5v4 situation, and G2 have the better guns. Bombs over towards Banana for the minute. But the lurk at mid for ZTR. Rez will spot the shoulder and find the kill. Pushing up now. Heavy God will go down. Hunter got a lot to do and spam through the wall will find him. ZTR still lurking top of mid. Still lurking. He hears them rotating over. He's gonna call Torsen back with the bomb. They're gonna go over towards A. They know there's 2 people on B. And CTR so quick. All the space has been found. Surely the alarm bells are ringing. Surely they're gonna go back over towards A at some point. Look at this. Finally, suspicions confirmed. But look at the space that ZTR's found. Torsen and Donut. Final 2 of G2 running towards him for the minute. Just slips away. Malbs didn't see him. Torsen picks the right timing. Finds the timing, but doesn't find the kill. And it's now ZTR all left. The man who allowed the rotate to come over. Hades going to tap the bomb but not stick it. ZTR is fully confident in that. Finds a weak Hades. Now only got to deal with Malbs. Malbs low HP now. Both of them low. One hit will finish the both of them off. And ZTR runs out of bullets the last second, but stalls it just long enough so Malbs can't find the defuse this time. And Malbs will go down with the bomb as well. This will be an equalised scoreline for Gamerlegion, as they deny G2 of the conversion. And that's no save guns as well. Bomb explodes, Malb goes down with an M4 at that. A valuable gun. And G2 full buying into pistols. Isn't the most beautiful sight, especially when Gamerlegion are full buying into rifles. But nonetheless, I'm so sufficient rotate. Mal pushing up, fully blind though, is found alongside his brother of Hunter. Now Hades just going to hold this for the minute, but Snacks is caught on his A main push up early. Now there's only 2 left for G2. Heavy Gods holding Torsen for the minute. Torsen just peeking out. Holding his patience. Oh, and Heavy God just peeks into the pixel peak of Torsen and does go down. Hades just seeing if he can save anything. A pistol, a smoke, and some Kevlar. Be lucky to hold on to that at least. Gamerlegion know it was a rough buy. It was a not very fulfilling one. They know they only have pistols, so they could go hunting for it, really. T-spawn's been cleared out. Unlikely to go further. And that's 5 alive for this round. That allows Gamerlegion to rack up some incredible cash for these next coming rounds. They can still, by all means, lose this round and have enough to buy into the next one. Especially as G2 do a save with nothing bought for anybody except the save pistol and smoke from Hades. And it looks like G2 are going to go for a gamble over towards B. They're going to stack all. They're going to stack 4 people over towards B and 1 into red room. But it looks like they've got this red perfectly at the moment. Gamerlegion queuing up in banana. The slaughterhouse. I say that, Hunter. First one to be taken out. They can hear USPS's ring out though. Mal's pushing up, can't find anybody, and he can't run back in time. Gets held back by his teammate Hades, who does find 1, finds 2 with the pistol, and finally punished by Rez. At which point the molly comes through, keeping Malbs down to being hit by himself, but he finds picked up AK. But finally, the flank from PR will find him, and Acor does have the space if he wants it to go and push up and plant the bomb. Snacks only with a USPS to his name. He's got to hold off 2 defenders with good guns. No more utility left though. And Acor weak. They spot Snacks. Surely they don't give him anything more. PR finding some of the left utility from the dead bodies of his teammates. But Acor's hiding around the pillar for the minute. Not wanting to peek, not wanting to give anything. Not even wanting to give him a shoulder. Snacks has got a lot to do with only a USPS. Not even Kevlar. Nothing to save. He might as well go for this if he can. Just as Acor peeks around, he does find the head of Snacks. That denies him. Acor gets a triple kill. And that's 3 rounds on the board for Gamerlegion and some beautiful money saved for Gamerlegion. They've got a good few rounds that they can see ahead of them with full buys. But finally, speaking of full buys, G2 can finally get the M4s they so yearn for. But these are the rounds that matter. Gamerlegion can win this round. G2 broken for the next few. And once again, Gamerlegion queuing up in banana. Snacks in cave, ready to deploy the smoke any minute. But Heavy God, a lot of people rushing up towards him. He finds 1 through the smoke. That denies the push for the minute. Spamming through, they know they're all there, but the minute holding their ground valiantly. Utility comes out, the smokes come through. And now PR boosts up on the box. Can he find the head of Hunter? If Hunter dares to peek the smoke once again. Yes, he does, and his head gets clipped clean off of him. But now they've brought over the rotations. The rest of the map is open for the minute, but Hades suspicious, ready to rotate at a moment's notice, and bomb is going back through T spawn. Gamerlegion looking for the reset. looking for a new round to come by. It's still even numbers, still a 4v4. And that's the final piece of utility deployed for G2, the smoke onto A main. There's only 30 seconds left. Do they wait for the smoke to run dry, or do they push it now? A site is clear for the minute. The closest is Malbs, looking from a reserve position in CT. They're just going to push the smoke, and Malbs will get one. Picks off the head, calling over the rotate. But Acor shall get the bomb planted. Malbs just stalling until the reinforcements come over. And mid's being held well in a minute, and Rez does find the revenge on Malbs, but quickly traded back by Hades. But now, Gamerlegion, both over towards mid. Just going to have to defend the plant. But it looks like it's getting stuck by Snacks. Snacks has a kit. They take down Acor. It's all on ZTR. He's going to have to peek now if he wants to get this. Finds the first one. Finds the second one. Can he find Snacks too? Just sees the head of Snacks, but just can't get it in time. A triple kill for ZTR, but it means nothing, as Snacks has the kit and finds the defuse. No saved guns for them, but the bonus of the round is beautiful. And G2 still may not even have that good of a buy. Only 3,500 isn't enough to fund the gold diggers of G2 wanting the M4s. And they will take a timeout on the back of that, seeing what they can muster with their economy. Nonetheless, Gamerlegion lose the round, but still have plenty of AKs in the mix. And when you're going up against FAMASes, there's a certain winner. Finally, G2 have the utility to push mid with enough of a hold back. And the smoke dissuades Torsen for the minute. But Snacks has already creeped up A main so far. Is Acor going to be ready for this? Yes, he is. The crouch peek into it. The balls on this man. He does find Snacks. It's only Hades left on the site to get the kills. He can find one of them, but not the others. And Rez cleaning up mid for the minute, leaving only Heavy God left in the 1v4. I say that PR is quick to deal with him in towards Temple. And that's a quick round for Gamerlegion. G2 back down to naught, as we see Gamerlegion wiping them on the floor, mopping them up. Mopping them up and destroying the buy, where we see literally zero investment for G2. No smokes, no guns, just USPSs. And now G2, they like to go for these gambles on these pistol rounds, and we see four of them stacked, making a pyramid on A, with Snacks to bait out any of the shots, get them to push in further, and it looks like they're actually running into the trap, running into the den of A, the lion's den of G2. Utility comes out. Molly, does it flush out Snacks? Yes, it does. They'll find the head, but four of them queued up. Surely they'll find it. They'll find one and two. And Acor with the bomb. Going to try and retreat, hold off for the minute. They're just going to push the molly. They don't care about it. They're going to find Acor and the bomb at their feet. A free gun and the bomb. And that only leaves two of Gamerlegion left. ZTR and Rez with a lot to do. 3 guns have been handed over to G2. 3 guns and a dream. Very much alive. Defending this bomb on A. This is very much a fight they can win. And the flash comes through. 2 people in A main. They're ready for it. G2. They know they're there. They can come out, force them forwards. But now so many people there. So many people to deal with. So many heads to shoot at. And Rez can't pick one of them. And does fall. And that is a beautiful, beautiful eco round from G2. The gamble finally plays off. And that is 4 saved AKs for G2. And a round win. As I literally said, 0 investment. 0. Absolutely nothing. Not a piece of utility. Just a very, very well-placed bet on the A site. And a nice constructed pyramid that would even make the Egyptians jealous. And Gamerlegion disappointed with that one to take a timeout. If Acor could have only got out of the lines then quicker, then maybe the bomb wouldn't have been dropped at the feet of G2. Maybe if he'd run a bit quicker, set his utility up further back, he could have found maybe a kill and maybe defended himself for a little bit longer, but just that molly completely disrespected. Wow. And the openers coming through. Malbs peeking his head out of the cave like a mole rat, finding the kill and tossing the long range headshot onto Hunter. Whilst Malbs can get a couple of openers, Gamerlegion still stands strong. And the bomb trying to make its way onto the A site for the minute, but surely the smoke comes out soon. I say that it's CTR with the smoke and he's over on B lurking again. Couple of pieces of utility for Torsen, but not the beautiful smoke he can force down. But bomb does get planted for the minute. Acor just timing slipping away. All three of them in CT spawn here, now know where they are. Snacks will find one, but Acor will trade him out. It's only Heavy Gold left in CT. Trying to see what he can do. Going up towards Red Room for the minute. Is he looking to find the kills? Is he looking to find the round, or is he looking to save? He does have a kit, but I think he's not push at this point, so he won't push at all. And the save he's going for. So despite the double opening from Malbs, doesn't mean anything, and Heavy God can't even save the AK. As Acor peeking into mid, so ready for it. So ready for the attempt at the exit kills for Heavy God. But G2 on the end of their force buy. These are the rounds that matter. Their final buy, if they can win this next round, they should have a few more queued up for them. And once again, we see the gamble onto B, where we see 4 of G2's roster reside. But Malbs, a key kill to get onto Rez, but Rez sees the shoulder first and does find the kill. Unable to trade out Malbs too, the molly allows him the space into cave. As some of the utility comes out, the 3 on B don't budge. But the bomb is in A at the moment, A main. And it's looking to creep up further. And with only one person on A, one person donut to defend the closest. Doesn't matter because Gamerlegion can still sweep up some of the kills on B, leaving only 2 of G2 left. And it's only Hades left to defend the A site, but he will quickly get dealt with by Acor. Acor the stand-in, finding so many of these kills. Consistently getting a couple each round, and Hunter just trying to save his gun. He's got a triple kill already, but doesn't help when there's nobody looking for it. Nobody looking to burst out onto the B site. Bomb going A, so the 3 kills going down without a round win. And he's looking to save the AK for the next round. Gamerlegion victorious. It's funny to see how G2's gamble seems to be working out quite well. Gamble over, put 4 players on B. And a lot of Gamerlegion finding themselves over towards Banana as well, but they see all of the support, all of these players on B, and just decide to go back and go over towards A, where only 1 shall be defending. And once again does net them the round. G2 with the correct gamble, but couldn't identify the rotate in time. So once more we see G2 with absolutely no investment except the saved gun from Hunter. Saved AK at that. There's a lot you can do with an AK, a lot you can do with a hero AK. And who else but Hunter? And we see 3 of G2 bursting out into mid, but the smoke, Gamerlegion don't want to push it just yet. Hunter with the hero AK pushing out Banana, but does get traded, can only find one. And Snack searching the smoke, trying to pick up the gun. But ZTR is so ready for it. So ready for him trying to find it. Ready for the mid jump up too. He's on for 3. Can he find the ace? PR finds Mal goes towards mid, so he can only find 3 in the round. ZTR finding all of the kills he needs over towards B. Only one person down for Gamerlegion, so once more we see a good, thorough buy Gamerlegion. And with the economy to back up the next few buys alongside it, G2 have got to start winning some rounds at some point, or else they're going to be in the depths of the barrel looking for the final drops of this half. Big control gain for G2, but they quickly relinquish it. And it looks like Gamerlegion wants it back. Use out some utility a bit later in the round than before. We'll find it. But Hunter on the jiggle peak, ready to go up the control. Smoke comes out a bit late. PR's ahead of it, and he does find Hunter. Now the bomb's got a free reign over towards A. The question is Torsen going to be ready for the Hades lurk in A main? Yes, he is, but he just can't find the shots. They now know where he is. Hades just has to stall and stay alive, putting some extra pressure a bit later in the round. But CTR lurking towards B again. And G2, they don't look like they want this. They're just looking to stay alive, save the guns for the next round. PR walking into spawn, he's going to be able to find it. Hades does. And Hades has a clear path back to B if he wants it. Where Gamerlegion find an 8th round. Does CTR push it? Yes, he does. And Heavy God's ready. Guaranteeing his life into these next rounds. Guaranteeing his life and saving the AK. It's the final round of the half. 3-8 scoreline. G2 with some final guns to muster a bye with. But Gamerlegion with more money than they can handle. I'm still surprised we aren't seeing an AWP out for Acor. He has the money. Has the money indeed, but on T side of Ancient maybe isn't wanted. And once again, we don't see a quick push from the start of the round for Gamerlegion. They kind of let it run dry, let the flashes ring out, and then decide to push a little bit later. Malb's in the donut. Is PR going to find him? He sees the shadow, gets the info and the kill. Hunter into top, mid, head cleanly ripped off by PR twice. 2 kills. And an A site with only 1 defender. Hades with it all to do, can find one but can't find the spray transfer to Torsen. And it's only 2 left for G2. G2 have only got scraps. It's the final round. They've got to go for this at some point. Heavy God's found his way into Temple, but Snacks isn't looking so keen. Snacks does have the kit though. A freebie. Acor found out. Heavy God can find a double, and now it's the final 2 of Gamerlegion resting in donut. And Snacks is sticking it. They aren't ready for this. Snacks comes off the bomb for a minute, but he doesn't. He finds it, and that is a beautiful round for G2. Don't even need the final kill. Just the balls on Snacks to stick every single plant. Pros don't fake it. And Snacks, one of the with the most clutches in history, with the experience of Pros Don't Fake, can find yet another round in the 2v4 clutch scenario. G2 outside of A main. A core on the boost. PR to hold off for a minute with the molly. Bar found. The molly will hold them back for the minute, but it's all on A core here if he can find a couple of these heads with the dualies. And he does get taken out by Malbs. But now they're running out onto the A site. A site has been completely run down with the G2 folk. Malbs with a triple kill to open it out. And Gamerlegion. These pistol rounds, difficult to win, difficult to find your way back in if you've only got a smoke to your name. ZTR does have a kit though if he wants to go for this. Wait, are they looking for exit kills? They find snacks. But ZTR's got the kit. They're going to go for the ninja defuse. Heavy God. Can't get anything. Can't get the time. The bomb is smoked. And ZTR is sticking the plant. Nobody's near enough. G2 relinquished the round to Gamerlegion. And ZTR cannot believe it. He has got all of the plant. All of the bomb site to himself. Malbs finds the ace, but it means naught. As Gamerlegion find a pistol round in a ninja defuse. Oh my goodness. G2 must be feeling horrible after that one. Giving up a free round like that. Heavy God not even ready for the lurk in Temple. And Snacks pushing up gives them the opening kill. Gamerlegion one step closer to winning this map. One step closer to getting to the playoffs. Can't believe I've just witnessed that. Oh my goodness. And once again, G2 on a horrible buy. Malbs with an AK, but that is it. That is it for this. Torsen can spot them out. Malbs pushing up early does find the kill with the AK. Much needed at that. The Rez from long distance can just spam with the MP9. They found their way onto site, but reinforcements coming in. Hunter's going to need to get this. The flash will come through, but it supports Rez more than him. And Gamerlegion picking up the pieces. I say Gamerlegion, I mean Rez with a triple kill already. Two more running towards him. He finds one. Never mind. Rez doesn't find them. It's A-Core behind him who takes the kills. But nonetheless, a conversion. And this is a disappointing scoreline, 10-4. G2 with it all to do. And Gamerlegion with a goodbye. G2 full Galils across the board. But at what point do they find another round? Or even do they? CTR's going to push out Cave though. He's looking for some info. He sees it clear, but Util that comes out. Surely there's somebody around here somewhere. Heavy God just spots him out. Smoke comes through, but Snacks in the corner. Are they ready for this? But the bomb going back over towards B after seeing some mid-aggression. And ZTR found through the smoke by fellow captain of Snacks. Just veering on the edge of it, does get caught off. And the smoke's blown open and Mouse can just about find the kill. But G2, they're thinking there's already been a full rotation. They aren't ready to go back in. Or are they? They're faking the rotate at the minute. Just hiding back. Making Gamerlegion think they're rotating over towards A, and it looks like it's working. Gamerlegion going on some info mid, but if G2 go now, then they're going to get caught off guard by Acor. It looks like they're going to push this. Heavy God thinking about it, just with the idea. Rez and Acor and Cave. Rez shot in the back. They know where they all are. They can hear the footsteps. Rez gets caught off guard. It's only Acor to defend the site for the minute. Waiting for the support from PR. Can find one of them, but the plant will go down. Heavy God and Hunter. They will find Acor lurking in the cave, but they don't know where PR is. PR is already so far up, but an audible footstep. They now know where he is. Two of them. They nearly line up for him, and Heavy God will just about save the round. PR can find Hunter and gets Heavy God so incredibly weak. Just can't find the final kill. So close, and finally, G2 with the fabled first round in this half. 10-5. You've got a hell of a comeback to work with if you're G2. Gamerlegion must be feeling quite comfortable on this map at the moment. Gamerlegion can't afford a whole lot, and so they'll take a time out for that. A 5-round lead at the moment. Surely you can't throw this away. But Gamerlegion must be comfortable in the decision they're going to have to go for a force buy for the minute that may or may not work out. And this is the first we'll see of a sniper in the mix of anything. Acor with the scout. We haven't seen an AWP so far. We'll see that scout come out first for either of these teams at that. Does he live up to the hype? Is Acor a good replacement for Slendon so far? I would agree. He has been pulling his weight consistently. Gamerlegion working so well together. The synergy that comes off of them. And ZTR, the lurking IGL. Don't see that often, but nonetheless, it's been working with a 5-round lead so far, so he's doing right. Gamerlegion aren't making their presence known at mid for the minute, are temporarily giving up to G2. The flash comes through. Rez only got a pistol here. Does get mollied out, but the smoke will go down. This will make G2 rethink. Or is it they back away for the minute, but they aren't shying to the challenge? PR lurking in the smoke, and the flash from PR. The blind doesn't find anybody, but Rez with the pistol does. And Rez, only a lick of HP, and the nade does find him. But with that, Acor goes back over towards Red Room. That gives up free control of the A site. Hades and Snacks are going for it. With the Heavy God late lurk over towards A. And Snacks on the boost. Great post-plant position. But it doesn't matter because Gamerlegion aren't even going to go for the retake. An M4 and a scout between them. Very much wants to be saved, but Heavy God's over the side of the map already. He could go and do some hunting if he wants to do it. If he feels like it, he very much could. Oh, just spots out Acor. But it looks like G2 are going to learn from their mistakes and they aren't going to go hunting. They're going to hold the bomb for as long as possible. Not going to let the chance of another ninja defuse happen. But nonetheless, the M4 does get saved for Gamerlegion. But I'd be surprised to see a full buy come out of these guys. They've got a lot of rounds to work with here. But as soon as they start losing a couple in a row, they've almost lost it already, you could say. As there has been no investment for Gamerlegion. So if they lose this, that brings it 10-7 and a full buy for both sides, but got a lot to do as Gamerlegion. But nonetheless, the gamble of leaving A open works well once again. And Acor's on the boost for the minute. But Heavy God taking control of Cave. Along with Snacks, and the boost won't last any longer as the push comes out. Acor fully blind. He's going to get tagged at some point, surely. Rush from all angles. Finds a shot to one of them, but it's a scout. It doesn't do that much damage. Can't find the kills. And with Malbs on the lurk, does find the two Gamerlegion boys over at mid trying to find their way through. And the push out onto B with little resistance. And only a few saved guns to their name. Gamerlegion do fall, and like I said, 10-7. This is where the rounds start to matter for both sides. Hades' first sign of an AWP this game so far. On the attacking side as well, not often seen, but against a full buy, and very much do the damage it needs. And Mal's pushing up fast, finds a blind res, but PR will blow the smoke open and find the trade, find the revenge. But 3 onto the bottom of mid. ZTR with the aggression does find it. Hunter can finally get the trade back, but bombs drop to the bottom of mid. They know where bomb is, they know where they can just stack it. Hunter can find another one. PR, can he avenge the smoke coming out? But Hunter finding the double dink through the wall on PR. It's only Torsen left. Hunter's on for a triple kill, maybe on for a quad if he wants, but they don't know where he is. He could be anywhere lurking around. So many options. Torsen left, no utility, only an M4 and some Kevlar to his name. But G2 taking their time. Cautious to pick up the bomb, as Torsen could be top mid, looking down on them. But at some point he has to go for this. Still 45 seconds on the clock though. They have got the time for this. And it looks like they're going over towards B. Exactly where Torsen is residing for the minute, but I think he's just second guessing himself. 30 seconds left. Surely he's going to hear them at some point, push onto the site. Does hear the smoke come out, and he's predicted correctly. He's going to push through the smoke here. It's a ballsy move. High risk, high reward. Just about rethinks it. Decides not to. And Heavy God holding him. Shadow advantage, but he doesn't find the kill. Torsen, it's a 1v1 versus Hunter. Can Torsen find the clutch, or can Hunter find the 4K? As the smoke fades, comes down to 1v1, and Hunter comes out victorious with the 4K. These are the rounds that matter, and G2 finding it when they need it most. Hunter can find the kills. And this comeback is on. G2, 5 rounds down, now down to a 2-round difference. And this is a very much a half buy, only pistols and a couple of pieces of util for Gamerlegion. You could almost call this 10-9 at this point. Not around there, guaranteed to win, but Heavy God versus ZTR in the cave. ZTR with the pistol comes out on top, but does get traded out, finds the early pick. So aggressive as an IGL. But the Hades AWP punishes. And an open B bomb site, except for Acor, who does get dealt with quickly and swiftly. 2v4 with only Deagles for Gamerlegion. But G2 aren't pushing just yet. Hear the Deagle ring out in top of it, in the top of mid. But nonetheless, they don't push it just yet. They don't go any further. They've heard pistols come out. So I don't know why G2 haven't decided to go any further. There's a maximum of 1 guy on this site. But they've kind of let it sit, let it simmer for a minute before deciding to go for it. And Rez quick on the flank. B site is fully open. They're going to have to meet in Banana to try this retake. There's no point saving some Deagles. I mean, maybe you can save the Kevlar, but you've already got enough for next round anyway. You might as well go for this. Might as well even set up some exit kills if you can. But Snacks does spot out one of them. Hasn't considered Rez just yet. All eyes are on PR. And Rez is the last man left. But he's not looking for the retake, he's just looking for the exit kills. Anything would be nice. Hurt the G2 economy in these next coming rounds, but so far they've got a lot of money to work with. The trigger disappear onto Mouths, but Snacks clearing his corners. Catches off Rez. Oh, could have found that 1 kill onto Mouths at least. But Snacks so vigilant, so ready for the possibility of him looking for these exit kills. And fair enough, G2. 1 round difference. 4 rounds in a row. What can you offer? We do see the A-core AWP come out, though. This is the round that matters the most. It looks like Gamerlegion want this mid control early. Bomb was looking to go mid for the minute. But that's what I'm guessing. They hear the people over at mid and PR opening up on the banana. Gaining some map control. Doubling up, and it is clear for the minute. Probably going to send over a rotate towards A to go and help out A-core with the AWP. But so far, G2 have got back banana. Bomb hasn't committed to anywhere yet. If G2 pushes and they see 3 people, then by all means, they could easily go back over towards B. And it looks like Rez and Torsen are going to be pushing A main quickly. Rez taking some of the attention away. Torsen in the corner lurking. And Rez, I like the play. Baiting out the smoke, baiting out that they've retreated, but Torsen's still so far up. The flash is ready and Torsen is taken out. Rez just got to stay alive for another second, but he can't find a getaway. And the bomb will find its way onto A site. They can see the rotate. ZTR is so ready for this, but Hunter is looking right his way. Lining up the headshot. But ZTR ready to clear Hunter. Such a ballsy move from the captain. Nonetheless, the retake's on. They've got to go for this, but ZTR's caught out in Temple. There's only 2 left for Gamerlegion. A-core was ready for the flank, but can't find the kill. PR with the ult to do. Can't find Mal. Can't find Heavy God. It's a 10-10, all tied up scoreline. What is going on? What has happened to Gamerlegion? On a poor buy. 10-10. Final timeout coming from Ash. Alarm bells must be ringing at this point. Could even call it 10-11 at this moment. With G2 with enough money to buy for these pretty much until the end of the half, really. Till the end of the map at that. Not even the end of the half at this point. Gamerlegion got to do some incredible stuff if they want to be able to take this round. But nonetheless, the AWP in that round does not come to fruition. Perhaps a waste of investment. And Hades with it on the other side. And look at this. The balls of PR to rush down with a pistol this far. Hades does find him, but Hades gets caught out by Torsen doubling up together, and he gets back with the AWP. He gets to take that for free. It looks like he's pushing down with the AWP. Such a ballsy move. The nade will flush him back for the minute. And the smoke he picked up as well. Perfect time to deploy it. Rez waiting for his time to strike at mid. Even if G2 don't decide to go for this. Decide to rotate over towards A or try their luck at mid. Rez is still ready. Torsen with the AWP holding cave. And Heavy God still creating some presence over towards B, so Gamerlegion aren't going to back down just yet. And Rez is on the flank. They're going to be ready for this. Surely the clock must be ticking in their head. The flank's got to be possible. They are slightly wary of it. Now they push up. Rez can find the first one. And the crunch is coming through. And 2 of Gamerlegion thought it's only Malbs left. Who can find Levin first? Malbs will find Torsen in a beautiful headshot around the corner. And Rez rushing him down. Think he's stuck it, but he hasn't. Malbs finds a 3k. And G2 take the lead of this game. Finally find the lead. After an absolutely incredible comeback. 6 rounds in a row. 6 rounds. Crikey. And Gamerlegion, they're full by now. A-core with an AWP again. It's this or nothing. It's this or you lose the game. Lose the map and you're forced onto Mirage. G2's pick. This is the make or break moment. ZTR's already gotten so weak. Heavy God spamming through the smoke. On the edge of the molly as well. But mid's the main focus at the moment. G2 making their way up slowly but surely. Spamming all the smokes, taking a bit of damage off of everyone. Acorn not going to get flush up with Orcus. Yeah, we'll find the first one onto Hunter. That is the opening kill, the key kill. But PR ready for the push into Red Room. Him and ZTR doubling up. They decide to push this. But Red's peeking out early, does find a Malbs, not even looking his way. But PR going to take the AK and not decide to go any further. But Snacks is ready for him at the top. 4v3 still for Gamerlegion. G2 with all to do. Will Gamerlegion find their first round? Snacks with a double kill already. Equalise numbers. Acor's got to find this one, surely. But they aren't going to walk towards him. They're going over towards B now. Climbing up the top of mid. Gamerlegion just holding A for the moment. Taking B quietly as well. They aren't using the utility just yet. But yeah, the alarm bells ring out onto Gamerlegion. They hear them over at B. And Hades doesn't get to plant the bomb. The nade comes through, takes him down to tiny health. And the spam through the smoke denies the bomb plant. There isn't time. And G2 take too long to get the bomb plant. And finally, Gamerlegion find another round after losing 6 consecutive. Once again, a tied up scoreline. Who can take match point first? G2 got so much money to work with. Full buy after full buy after full buy. You can do anything. This team. But so can Gamerlegion. These are the events that mean big to Gamerlegion as well. Missed out on their chance of the major. And G2 still going, but the molly onto Hades, the whiff of damage takes him out, with Snacks going down 2 after pushing the smoke at B. Maybe too overconfident, and it only leaves 3 left for G2. Once again, we see the gamble of pushing the smokes. Snacks does get punished. But if they're going to go over towards B, it's going to be a 3v3 full-on brawl. Heavy God in the corner could catch PR off guard if he decides to go any further. Nonetheless, well, the angle's being covered for the minute. And even then, even if you take off the 3 at B, still got the retake from the 2 on A. Such a difficult round. They're going to decide to try their luck at B cave. CTR, a bit of an odd smoke position. Perfectly timed. Did he hit him or what? And PR is there to save his teammate, save his captain. With the push from Malbs, it does get punished. A 2v5. The Heavy God's found his way up onto the site, but surely Torsen thinks about this. Surely he's ready for this. If Heavy God pokes his head out, Torsen shall punish. Surely. Surely. Creeping up. They're so close. Oh, PR does go down, but Torsen quick to trade, and Hunter's only got 15 seconds left, and it looks like he's going to save the AK for next round. Gamerlegion shall hit match point first. And these are the games you live for. These are the games both of these teams die for. Gamerlegion only 1 round away from taking map 1 of this series and being 1 step closer to the playoffs. And G2 need to either force overtime or force the next map. And a technical timeout paused. Technical timeout pause. Gamerlegion. Allow the heart rate to go down for just a minute. In the final round of the half. these teams having such an incredible battle. It forces all 24 rounds of play, and perhaps even overtime, if G2 can find this. They're going for B once again, but ZTR so aggressive. Doesn't like the cave control, decides to go back for the minute. Perhaps a wasted flash, if you could call it that. But the smoke for heaven is going to funnel them over towards cave, into the crosshairs of ZTR. Are they going to be ready for this? ZTR is, that's for sure. Finds one, but does get straight out by Malbs. That's cave control relinquished. They've got an opening onto the site, surely. Smoke's coming through. Torsen can't hold it. It's a 4v4. Everybody over towards B. Bomb this time should get planted. Nade not to come out and stop Malbs. Torsen pushing the molly. Hunter hears this. Isn't ready for it. Heavy God can trade him back. And they're working as a team. Heavy God can find another one. It's the final two guys of Gamerlegion against the 3 of G2. Are they going to find this? AK with the AWP, not ideal. Does find the first one. Malbs so weak. Does switch to AK. Malbs weak. Does get found out. It's Hades left. The newcomer of this G2 squad. To keep them in this map. Can he find it? Acor's being smoked off the bomb as well. He just needs to stick it. And he doesn't find the stick. Hades doesn't find the kill. And the stick comes out for Gamerlegion to take map 1 of this series in IEM Dallas. Gamerlegion, incredible. That was an incredible map between these two teams. Beautiful comeback for G2, but sadly just falling short at the final hurdle. Also falling at the final hurdle of this match overall, as Gamerlegion take the series after G2 managed to take back their map pick. Gamerlegion did take the decider to make playoffs over this G2 roster, however, but still nonetheless a great map of beautiful Counter-Strike. Thank you for watching, and I'm always trying to improve my casting, so any feedback is much appreciated. Thank you, bye.